Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. That's my email address for your pricing questions about this or any Watchbox watch. My email address for pricing is tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today we're discussing a watch launched in 2019, one of the big pieces of the year at Patek Philippe. This is the Patek Philippe Aquanaut Chronograph, reference 5968A-001, 42.2 millimeters in stainless steel. It's 12.1 millimeters thick. From lug to lug, it measures 50 millimeters on the nose and it has a broad 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. As you can see, the watch fits well on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, though we are reaching something of a limit. I would say this watch probably shouldn't be worn on a wrist much smaller than 15 centimeters circumference because it is fairly broad and it is fairly large. It is not terribly thick though, and at about 12 millimeters thick it'll slide easily underneath a dress cuff thanks to its thin profile and its slanted bezel. Across the wrist you can see I'm getting near the edge, but I'm not quite there yet, and then over the top you get a good sense. Again, I've got some margin, but not a ton. It is a big watch by Patek Philippe standards. Taking a look at the hardware and the software, you can see the strap, which has been integral to the Aquanaut's image since the first one in 1997. It has the geosphere cut. It is made of black rubber. Yes, Patek Philippe calls it composite. It is rubber. It has a nice profile to match the slope of the lugs and then the curve of the case, so it is an integrated strap. One of the pitfalls of integrated straps, though, is that they flare out a little bit, and this is one of the reasons I don't recommend the watch for a super small wrist. You do have to fight a little bit to pull that strap down. On the underside, you can see, well, aside from branding, there are some hollows that thin out the strap for greater flexibility and also allow the wrist to breathe. You've got that geosphere pattern all the way down to a double deployant clasp in stainless steel. Calatrava cross on the exterior. It is twin trigger release, and it is quite attractive with a little fleur-de-lis pattern inside all of this in high polish. Of course, the strap can be cut to length, and we will cut it to length for you when you buy the watch. The timepiece features a rather simple case profile. You'll recognize it as the Aquanaut. Satin finish shoulders, a little bit of a setback to the case back to make it read thinner on the wrist. The lug hoods are polished and they have a little defined change of plane. You can see there is a little bit of an angular nook and then a polished bevel that expands on the lug shoulders. The bezel is slightly inset from the case band to further pair the visual mass. It has a vertical portion and then a conical portion, both in high polish. It is a rounded polygon, as with the Patek Philippe Nautilus models that came before it, and then it features satin on top of the largely polished bezel structure. You can see, as with the Nautilus, the exterior of the bezel traces the same mark as the interior of the bezel, and that defines the shape of the sapphire as well as the dial. We have slightly shouldered crown to prevent it from shearing, and then we have pushers that are lozenge style, a little bit vintage inspired. They're polished on their sides and then satinated on their faces. We have a few well-chosen shocks of orange that deeply improve the countenance of this watch. Rather than being stolid and sober and serious, it's a little bit more lively and vivacious, and you can see that because they use orange not just for the hands but also for the hashes to allow you to read fractions of chronograph seconds as well as minutes on the minutes register. Now you can see this watch does feature the same geosphere cut on its dial that it features on its strap. There's a little pusher externally that allows you to adjust the date, and the watch includes a 60-minute chronograph register, which is supremely practical because most chronographs, even the ones with hour registers, typically only measure up to 30 minutes before they restart. The watch is a flyback chronograph, so you can reset and restart, and since the watch does not feature a running seconds hand when the chronograph is stopped, due to the vertical clutch of the watch, you can simply leave the chronograph engaged full time if you prefer to have center seconds along with your minutes and your hours. And because it doesn't feature a hacking seconds function, you can set the time and then use the flyback as a zero reset, and then you will have synchronized your reference time if you're using the center seconds as your running seconds for the watch. Now, the geosphere features a little bit of a gradient fade. You can see it's more of a silver gray at the center and then black at its edge, so there is a little color transition out to the edge. The hands, as well as the numerals, as well as the indices, are white gold to resist tarnish and oxidation over time. You can see the sub-seconds is sunken into the dial, but if you look carefully, you can see that there's a little bit of a contouring to the sub-seconds dial, and it actually echoes the contouring of the bezel and the dial and the sapphire crystal, and that's what you're looking at in miniature inside the chronograph minutes. We do have a date, black on white for high contrast. The watch is loomed, and as you can see, both the numerals and the indices outboard of them are luminescent. Turn the watch over, caliber CH 28,520. It descended from the movement used in the Nautilus chronograph in the 5960. You can see it's nicely finished, handsomely executed. It is a automatic winder with unidirectional winding action, ceramic rotor bearings, up to 55 hours of power reserve. It beats away at 8 beats per second. It's adjusted in 6 positions and has a Gyromax style free-sprung regulator. It also features the Patek Philippe seal and the anti-magnetic silicone hairspring. Those features adding up to a Patek Philippe promise that the watch will run no worse than -3 plus 2 seconds per day. Now the timepiece, which pivots on 32 jewels, has water resistance down to 120 meters, so all of this is well protected. It is a real sports watch. And I mentioned the vertical clutch, which allows you to leave the chronograph running. It also allows the chronograph to start without any jump or stagger to the seconds hand. And the column wheel allows crisp indexing of the chronograph. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.